Hey guys, wow, welcome back. Yes, apparently I'm muted. That was fun. Peter Sanchez, down please. No, never. We can't do that. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Hey, what's going on? Glad I was speaking. I'm all over the place today. Happy Monday. Welcome back, guys. Oh, it's been one of those days. All right, you know what? Let's start this off right. So we are gonna go to full camera because I wanted to show you something. Up there. There we go. Are you guys ready for this thing that I'm going to show you? Dude, did you take some student tobacco? It's my Monday because I don't stream on Monday. But I know it's Tuesday. Look at this, though. This is the full-scale version of the Vegeta that I'm going to be releasing on my ArtStation. This will be the last free thing on my ArtStation, just because it's fan art, and you all know how I feel about selling fan art. It's just not something I'm going to do. But look at this. Base is one piece. Actually, the base is two pieces. There's a piece for a logo that I have right here. I have the glue on. I ran out of glue. But we got the base printed in FDM completely at like 50 infill, and it's perfectly weighted. So it stands. Nice flat. Nope. There it is. Looks like he's not too handy. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, he's just stands. It's nice. It's very good. So Prince of all Saiyans. Yes. So here it is, full size. Wanted you all to see that as it is. I printed it in PLA for the base, and then Ceratech resin for the rest of it. Camera. There we go. So that's where we're at. The hands look cut off a little bit. It's probably just the lighting angle a little bit, but the hands are fists. Here, let's see if we can come in a little bit. Go. So you can get a closer look. There we go. Yeah, so there's a better look for it. You can see the PLA texture, all that stuff. Look at the rocks. It was printed at 0.2 layer height, by the way. I didn't go fancy, so you can print that. It took about a day to print the base. So that be it. A little bit more. There we go. There we go. That's pretty focused. So that's Vegeta. I got to get more glue, but I have two versions happening. My brother Death Sacrament is going to paint one of them, and then the other one's just going to get matte sprayed, just because I do like the stone kind of statue look. But yeah, it's fun. Anyway, so there is that. Okay, let's do Stream Raiders for those of you on Twitch. And start that battle. Whoa, too much face swap it back. Never. Like the lack of beard I can't grow. Just sent you an update on Discord for the sculpt I'm working on. Nice. I can't wait to see it. All right, let's go ahead and battle. Get that going, and then we'll go back to Grogu's eyes. And were you guys checking out the 2021.5 Zbrush announcement? I was watching it a little bit before I was able to pop back on. They have not released it yet. Probably won't do it till later today. If they're going to do it today, they'll probably tease us and tell us tomorrow. Man, getting our butts kicked. Alright. Me, TWC Blank with Epics, and then a couple other people here.
Was able to drop.
Yeah, it was a really bad Well, we've seen what one rogue can do, so
Okay.
if one enemy left,
Okay.
boom, we did it. Yay, we did it. All right. Congratulations, guys. And let's open chest, and our winners are Carde and TWC Blank. Sorry that took like 2.5 hours to figure out who won, but that is just the way it is. Anyway, yeah, the hands just look cut off the ones you're on the angle. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the map, and we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to do the 2 just because not sure if we could do the 4 with how many people are here. I'm going to stick this right up top here. And let's go back to our main scene. I don't know if I'm going to update or not to the new Zbrush. There's so much I don't know already in Zbrush. Yeah, well, Peter, I would recommend updating anyway, because Zbrush not only updates for new features, but the hidden gem is that they also fix all the bugs of the previous version, or at least they attempt to fix all the bugs of the previous version into the new version. So when you update, even though you may not understand enough about the new updates, the bug fixes are there as well, so that's part of it. I would say that as far as ZBrush knowledge goes, I think I know like maybe 2% of ZBrush. Just saying. So there's a lot to know, but having those bug fixes and also having the changes is very helpful. So I would say update just for those. There are plenty of bugs in this current version of 0.2 that I don't like at all, and they need to fix it like yesterday. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, I kind of do want a space mouse now, but I'm broke as shit. But that navigation looked really cool. All right. So right now, what I was saying when nobody was listening because I muted myself, and I thought, is we were just kind of using the snake hook brush, holding Alt, and then pulling the eyes forward against the subtool beneath it, normals, and just correcting his eyelids a little bit as we go through it. Because his eyes are pretty... the way I have them is a little too open. We need to shrink that down a little bit. That's looking a little bit better already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create what's called a checkpoint, or a check, like a camera check. I'm going to turn on perspective. I don't know. I call it a checkpoint. I'm going to go ahead and turn the focal length to 110, which is pretty good for perspective. It doesn't really change too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and select the camera angle, sit store, and just call this check. And then this way, when I zoom all the way in, when I want to zoom out real quick, I'll just click it. I'll have that function, and then I can get back in here and work with his eyes. It's something I've started using a lot more. Just been helping me. Okay. But yeah, the new version of ZBrush was looking pretty cool. So I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. Can't wait to actually use it. Gonna be amazing. They haven't released it yet. They're still doing the presentation, so I'm assuming that we'll be able to play with it in the next day or two. I figured tomorrow's stream can be a little bit more towards the new features, and then after that, we can work on Grogu. Check. Open up his eye socket just a little bit more. There we go. So he has this kind of weird fold with his eye happening. And so we're going to try to replicate that. I'm going to turn back base on. Actually going to use clay buildup as well. this fold kind of comes over and then gets really close. We want to make sure that we bring that up as much as possible. Ooh, that's too much smooth. We don't need that much smooth. Do a smooth relax almost. Kind of pull that over. There we go. What is up, Death? What is up? So again, guys, thank you so much for bearing with me with this morning's, fortunately, you know, a lot of important things had to happen and not enough internet, so that is okay. So we'll use the the damn standard to kind of create like a pinch point. Move that down. And let's go ahead and take a step back. Okay, we're getting there. Getting there. Those will come down here a little bit with the eye. Right about there. And let's go ahead, take the move brush, and just start pulling this part out. We'll take the clay buildup, and we'll just kind of run over. Actually, create a softer clay buildup brush. Let's do alpha 6. That usually helps a lot with getting fleshier tones the way we need them to. And then with this right here, we can just come up with the standard and kind of create that little edge in there. It's a little cut. Maybe not right there. Maybe let's do out with my secret favorite wobbat. Woo! Sounds good, sounds good. Go. Go ahead and smooth relax this a little bit. Take that clay built up again. And we're just gonna kind of build up this area right here. And then for this back part, this eye right here, we need to kind of cut this back in, but let's try with the... Yeah, there we go. We want the impression that the eyeball is behind that head. So we're just going to come on down. Kind of make this indentation right here. Give us the impression that the eyelid's actually wrapping around the eye. There we go. Lift this up. There we go. Okay, now his mouth is a little upside down. I have it going kind of up like a smile when actually the concept has it more down. So we're going to lower subdivision a bit. Grab the move brush and mask off his nose area. This. Mask off the rest of his head. Soften that up a bit. We're going to bring this down where it's like that. Let's hit check. Yeah, that's already looking a lot better. It's little things like that that we try to keep an eye on because the subtleties are just as important as the rest of it. And if we don't get those parts right, then something can look wrong even though you don't know quite what it is. Batman tan lines. Yeah. He's out fighting crime. Or creating it. Little gremlin is a bad one. Alright, let's take that clay buildup. That clay buildup. What are you doing to me, Zbrush? There we go. And we'll smooth that down. Yeah. And there, so far, is about what we have. I think is pretty cool. Go ahead, lower subdivision a bit. Want to play with getting his ears correct. Should just definitely make him Batman. Batman. Here we go. This would be a fun matchup, actually. There we go. Batman. Well, that would be great. Oh, he looks hideous like that. Anyway. Alright, let's get these built up here. Increase our subdivision, and yeah. There we go. Yeah, and I really like how these wrinkles and stuff are coming out. He does have a pretty sharp edge right here in his face. Let's take the clay, let's take the move brush. Right click with my pen is being frustrating. Let's drop this down, open it up a bigger brush. So he has like a little part right here. Kind of comes up this way. This comes in. And then let's take the clay buildup and let's kind of carve in a little bit. Move that down just like that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know, right? I like where you're going with that, dude. There we go. There we go, just like that. I'm gonna build this part up. There we go. Kind of want that to come in a little bit. Like a healthy mix between putting the right spot and bringing that lion back up to match. Basically assuming how that skull is moving around. Such. Yeah. There we go. Fill that in. Hard to say exactly how much that sticks out, but I'm assuming the ridge up here needs to be moved. So again, we'll just take the move, pick it up. This needs to be more of a sharp contrast. And it's more like pushed back here like that. There we go. Take a look at the concept right in the middle of his eye. So if we go ahead and look at it here. Right here where this ridge is. Right by his pupil. Right in the middle. That's when it spikes up. It also curves a little bit. We're trying to find that nice little balance. So we're looking for right about here. So what we could do actually is just kind of mask this part off. That's about where we need it to be. Let's soften that up a little bit. in this side here. But then we'll start pulling this part out. That ridge I'm talking about right here. Perfect. Doesn't matter. The lightest one. Perfect, thank you. All right. Kind of smooth that down a little bit. We kind of broke it a bit, but that's okay. It happens all the time. Go with it. There we go. Now it's just about nudging. Area. That. Subdivision, clay, buildup. There we go. And we're just going to build this up. Get this nice transition happening under his brow. We're just trying to match that as much as possible. This is also too thick. So we're going to take that trim dynamic again, and we're going to trim this back down. Move that out. And we just go back and forth, balancing this out. There we go. That's a lot thinner, but now it's sticking out a little bit here, so we just nudge it back in, even mask off this area. Shift D to drop down, and we can just push that back in. Just the balance, back and forth. E to bring up the subdivision. I kind of got this little flap happening up there. That's pretty nice. Happy little accident. Yeah. It's just too thick. What? Yeah, Mario sound. Now we're just going to take the pinch. We're going to lightly pinch here. Again, I love the mass lasso because you could just check a certain area. You pinch that point in. And just get this ridge up here. Can make that come in, smooth down that point. There we go. Let's hit our camera check. Yeah, just getting closer and closer. Honestly, this just takes a little bit of nudging here and there, and then once you needs to start seeing it and starts coming to life. Love it. Let's also go right underneath this area. A little eyelid right here. I think that's really going to age up the Sith in him. Let's take our lazy mouse and actually kind of carve that right in there. Follow that cut that we did. Come on up. And then we'll smooth that back down just a little bit, blending it in. Turn our smooth brush down just a bit. And I love using Smooth Stronger, which is a kind of a hidden Zbrush smooth brush, but one of my favorite. I just hit his eye, and now we're just gonna kind of get it. There we go. What we got on Stream Raiders time? 11 minutes? 11 minutes? Nice. All right. All right, let's take the /3 brush. Again, one of my favorite little brushes. Really love just kind of going back over certain details that I know need to get cut in a little bit better. really helps bring the character to life, I think. Especially when you're going for wrinkles. Damn standard's nice, but it just really doesn't really do the deep cuts as clean as the /3 in my opinion. Use a pinch brush. Very end. I really love the look you get with slash brush. Which is BS3 for shortcuts if you want to get the /3 brush. Let's kind of come up, flash this ridge here, but then let's come down to that eye right there. Gives us that transition we were looking for. That's almost half. It's a little short, but I actually kind of like the feel of that. Because the illusion that it comes up on the halfway spot is actually when his eye's posed. We're not quite there yet, so that would actually work out well, I think. There we go. So really just trying to lock in his head today. Have the link here, and then you know what looks like there is with a /3, let's draw it out. Looks like right about here is another ridge, a softer ridge that's kind of coming up. Take the damn standard. Let's just draw that little spot right here. It's about there. It's showing it, and it kind of falls off. We'll just kind of do that, and then let's soften it up. Looks like that just kind of comes right in there like that. A lot of shadow there, which means it's deep. Kind of assume that if there's a shadow there, it's actually deeper, not the other way around. But the damn standard, for me, helps me kind of see what's happening. Let's go ahead and save it. How's the stream going too, by the way? I've had a lot of internet issues in my area, but overall, I think I'm gonna have to reset some my router and stuff again. I think it's just giving me problems. Looks good for now? Okay. Had a lot of good issues this morning, so you know. Nothing says fun like having internet issues when you need it to work. All right, and I would say right here, so this is a key part of his face. There's a nice highlight right here. Means that there's actually a high spot. So want to get that. It's like right here, looks like one of his eye cheekbone. And it kind of falls off. We just want to make sure that it falls off nicely. We'll build it up and then smooth it down. Which should help too with the 3/4 look, which if we go back to our check, should be something like that. Definitely looking for this type of shape, which is what we got. It's a good clean shape for the face. That's about a face shape that you want. Very anime, actually. So that works. Let's turn perspective off for a second. I don't like working in it. And we're gonna have to build his little helmet, I think. Actually, I'm so excited for the new version of the 0.5 Zbrush. They have a new feature in ZModeler. I think I want to build that part of his face with the ZModeler brush. So might wait until tomorrow to do that. Okay. The clay buildup. What's the new feature? So it's not released yet, unfortunately, but the new features have thickness, BPR rendering. Has a lot of really cool fixes. Yeah, there's a few things in there. There's a lot to take in, so I'm gonna have to play with it. Man, I'm hoping that I get paid for the characters that I'm commissioned to do. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, just for Z Modeler. Oh, for Z Modeler? Okay, so they have... the new feature for that is actually a sliced polygroup function. So they basically took a sphere and then they drew out, basically, with a slice brush, how they wanted to shape around the head. Then you can actually group polygroups very easily with points or faces with those selections. Then you can do what's called crease to the shortest distance. So you'll figure out the shortest distance between the 2 points you've selected and crease it as needed. And then it can extend off of there. So being able to like actually bring in a sphere, put it over his head, and then draw out where or slice where his ears would be just makes for building custom helmets, as an example, a whole lot easier. And so with his cheek, I'd want to actually kind of draw out where that would be with that slice, and then you can actually snap along surface normals when you extrude out poly edges, which you can already do now, but I think it just works in conjunction. So I did see the shortest distance crease. Yeah, so that's really cool. So yeah, I think that's what I would like to use to build the underside of his helmet, because even though on the concept we only see this little thing here, we can guess that, like in Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, that it's going to wrap around his whole head. So I'd like to be able to just draw that out and then group it and then create that helmet piece. I think I can do in like 5 seconds. So that's really exciting. I'm liking that. So I think we'll do that when I get the new version of ZBrush. Sounds like cutting with the crease pencil tool in Blender. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know much about Blender, but probably. But yeah, that seems like a really just fun feature to play with. So I'm excited for that. Also, too, I think it can now handle up to 1 million polys or something like that. A lot easier. I don't know if it could before. ZBrush usually screams at, like, for me, it usually screams between 70 million to... So I mean 1 billion polys, not 1 million, 1 billion polys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. They're doing a demo right now with Curve Helper, and you can control your curves with Z-spheres and a pen and IMM brush. That's really sick, dude. Like chains. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited. I kind of was hoping they would have released it so we could play with it, but then I also realized this is Pixelogic, so, you know, they're not going to do that until they've showed it all off the way they want to show it off. So I'm going to make these little ridges. Yoda has these little ridges on top of his head like that, and they're not as apparent in this concept art, but I'm going to take some creative license, and I'm going to go ahead and put those up there, and then kind of smooth them down so that they're there, but they're not obvious. And I think that right there is going to look really cool. So, yeah, like chains. That's really cool, Corbin. Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what Mike Palp does with it, of course. He's my unspoken teacher. He doesn't know it, but I learn from him all the time. Alright. We're going to take the standard tool, and what I'm going to do is back face is turned on. I'm going to kind of go ahead and start creating the ear shape. The thickness brush is what I'm excited for, especially when using it with dynamics. Oh my gosh, dude, yeah, that thickness feature is going to be amazing. There's there's so many features and clearly a lot of things working well with dynamics that are just gonna blow people's minds. So I can't tell you how excited I am for half of that. Okay, we're gonna tone this down just a little bit. Gonna make one kind of flowing crease. Let's turn up lazy mouse. And then we're gonna hit 1 a few times. Kind of bring that up. Ooh, Stream Raiders is ready, I hear. All right, give me a second. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna blend that back in. Take the clay buildup and just lightly kind of blend that in manually. Smooth that down. It's like a very subtle ear. I don't know the proper name of it, but just that subtle change. Then this ear. Learning all this anatomy and I can't remember the names of certain body parts. My cat was going so fast, his lips were at a sync for a second. I did see that, yeah. Oh, man. Honestly, I've gotten to the point, and this, I'm not, like, sitting here saying, like, oh my god, I'm amazing. I got to the point just where I can understand him as he is naturally. And I don't know if that just is me kind of knowing where he's... I think that part of that is I've just been in Zbrush for so long now. I just know where he's going to go with it. But yeah, he is like wicked fast. And I love that he's just that insane. I made a comment on the stream when I was there saying like, I feel like YouTube isn't going to handle the stream very well since the top 3 users of Zbrush with so much knowledge is happening. It's like, man, just like those 3 guys know Zbrush inside and out. It's amazing to see it all come together. All right, go ahead and save real quick. Then let's move on to Stream Raiders. I heard it. You be ready. I heard it. There it is. Okay. Should be an easy one, although I've said that before. And we've died, so let's do it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's some coffee goodness. Oh yeah, this is easy. Oh yeah, this is easy. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna call it now. I freaking did it. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, let's open chest. And grant rewards to Naughty Mind. Alright, dude. There you go. Congratulations. You get tank scroll. Or just a tank. You got a tank. Nice. Peace, bro. Peace. She gets slapped every day. Oh, look, we got rewards. Let's click this real fast. Barbarian scrolls. Monk scrolls. Nice, nice. Alright, alright. Let's go back. Alright, we have a boss now. You guys think we can handle this? I think we can do this. Might need a few epics. I think we can do this. Alright, alright. I'm just going to slap my tank right here. I think that's going to be the best point. Let's do it. Alright. Here we are so far with our Darth Grogu. Some areas are a little rough, but, you know, we don't want to... You don't want them perfectly smooth either. But let's just go over lightly and just kind of hit the areas that are just a little too rough, kind of cleaning it up a little bit. And let's move on to getting more texture in his clothing. And Might be able to work with some Z model or brush on some of this. They build up right here. Just get that ear built up just a bit. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. His ears come to a little bit more of a point. So we're gonna do that on the back side. We'll take the trim dynamic, we'll turn on back face, take a big brush, and we're just gonna kind of lightly hit that and soften it down just where it needs to be. Kind of fan that out a little bit. Right, all right. Let's smooth out some of the ear points. So this is overall not too bad. A lot of plane changes or a lot of different detail folds within this character, which I really love. That's actually the thing I love about it the most. Take the /3 brush, BS3. Come in there. Hit that like that. Then we'll come back in this. There we go. I like the Vegeta sculpt. It came out fire. Thank you so much, man. I'm gonna be releasing that full version, the big boy, which if you real quick size comparison, I'm gonna be releasing him on my ArtStation. He's going to be my last, I think he'll be my last free model on ArtStation, or at least with fan art. But yeah, look how big he is. He's just kissing my head. It looks like the Broly Super movie design. It was definitely inspired by the Super Broly movie. Absolutely. Hello, I'm on YouTube today. My Twitch won't load. Yeah, Twitch is being very weird today for us as well. But yeah, I was definitely inspired by the Super Broly movie with this Vegeta. And so I also thought that there was a bunch of sculpts out there with Vegeta screaming and not enough of him with a more calm personality. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I'm really happy with how it came out. So I will be releasing him for people to print. I did make it for mixed media, so unless you have a giant resin printer, you're going to want to do FDM and resin combo. What I did, I printed the base with supports. Here, yeah, he has that Ultra Instinct vibe. Yeah, exactly. Hey, let's go to full screen for a second. So back up so you can see it just a little better. So yeah, I printed the base, all PLA, and it took about a day to print, but it's one piece, the logo is resin, and then the rest of him is resin. His boots are actually part of the base, which is where you get that kind of anti-gravity feel. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorite pieces I've done so far, next to my Gwynam, which you guys all know that one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So yeah, so he'll be released for free probably later this week on my ArtStation, but it'll be the last free model that I post. You know, and then after that, yeah. I just love sharing this stuff with you guys. This one is going to be fun because I'm making this. I don't think the concept artist knows, but he's getting a little present in the mail. And I'm going to send him this bad boy. It's so epic, yeah. Looks amazing. Vegeta's pretty good as well. Yeah. Can't hear you, what? Thank you so much! Nah, I appreciate it, dude. Alright. So, this is where we are right now. Let's go ahead and turn the rest of himself on so you guys can see kind of where we're at with him. And now we need to go through and actually start like detailing out his clothing a little bit. And so let's take a look at like some of that concept. And this is the fun part. because, where is it? Pure rep is right here. Look at this child. He has a lot of panels, and I'm really loving this panels. And we also get to sculpt this necklace, guys. Appreciate the streams and the free knowledge. Absolutely. I love sharing it, so they're priceless. Thank you so much, man. So look at this concept. We're going to be sculpting this guy. Actually, a buddy of mine, Inspired 3D, had sculpted this maybe like a year or so ago. I really like what he did with it, so I'm gonna take a look at his design and see what he did, and then make it my own. But I really like this necklace. But all these panels on here, we're gonna be actually using Zbrush for, I think, most of those. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab this. Let's work on ZModeler. Okay, so BZM will give us our ZModeler brush. And let's hover over a point, which is for move, so we can kind of move these around when we need to. That. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 panels to work off of. One that kind of wraps this way. We have this top panel. We're going to take this and we're going to slide it. We're going to slide the whole edge loop. Hover over the face space bar to do that. Now let's go back to insert. It's going to be 1. And then let's come back down here to 2. And then let's go down here to 3. So these are our panel sections right here. And then we're going to go ahead and hit Alt. And we're going to select each and every one of these. Will be the panels that we use. We'll extrude these out. This is why I love ZModeler. There's so much you can do. And they're only improving it further. Alright. We have these panels right here. I'm going to hover over a face. Now we have double turned on. We turned off double. We can only see one side. I like to keep it on. Hover over the blue. We're going to go ahead and go to extrude and all polygroup. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of... Oh, you're going to do that. Okay. Oh, I see what it is. All right. Oh, you being difficult. Let's go ahead and make all these a different selection. Just holding Alt, selecting, making different polygroups. There we go. So now, when we select over here, we'll be able to create the different ones. Like that. Perfect. Then what we can do is we can go to geometry. No, sorry. We're going to go to polygroups. And we're going to go to group by normals, which will give us this. And then we'll go to geometry crease. And then we're going to go ahead and crease by polygroup. So then when we hit dynamic, yep, it's going to give us this. We have thickness turned on. And it'll give us something like that. So that will be the edge loops there. These panels here. What we can do too, this is what I really like. I just learned this part of crease, is we can actually bevel these creases like this if we wanted to. Now, of course, there's not a lot of supporting geometry at this point, so we need to add in some more edge loops before we do that though. So let's turn off dynamic, hitting Shift D, go to insert, and we'll just go ahead and manually insert some of our own edge loop. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's back it up a little bit. Before we extrude, let's do that. This will be a lot easier to work with. Actually, let's hold down here, go to multi-edge loops. We can select however many we want, say like that, and then we can just touch, touch, touch. Yeah, that's too much. That should be fun. Just need to go through here real quick. Should have done this part first. Learn from me. Do the edge loops after the fact. Let's also go here real quick. Turn a single edge loop so we can add in our single supporting ones. Be really helpful. These are all things we want to do. Selecting. My brain's all over the place today, don't mind me. I forgot my big bowl for my salad, so I went to Taco Bell again. Hey, you got to do you. Get that Taco Bell love. Ain't nothing wrong with Taco Bell, guys. I love me some Taco Bell. It's that simple, comfort, gross food that everybody loves so well. Go ahead and get some of these supporting edge loops in here like we did before. Like that. Let's do it where we know we're going to extrude. You know, I've been trying to use this right click a lot for rotating. I think I'm kind of over it. All right, we're going to click polygroup, and we're going to hover over all group, and we're going to touch that spot right there. Nope. All right, you want to be difficult? That's okay. Let's just go extrude, then we can extrude that part out. We can hit Alt to change its polygroup, I like to do. Let's actually extrude a couple times to give us some proper edge loops. So then when I hold dynamic, you can see here, it's a nice soft fall off, which is good. So we get that kind of nice edge, which is really working well for us. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. Go back to solo. So now you can see, or get out of solo, I mean, now we have that. Do I want to become famous? Wow, there's bot written all over that comment, ain't there? Do you want to become famous? Do you want to hang out with me? Is that what's happening? Nice. Okay. Set up a little bit. Go to this one. And then we're just going to kind of take our move brush and kind of move this down. Oh, I must click the link from unsolicited source. What could possibly go wrong? I know, Peter, right, man? What could go wrong? Ah, yeah, you just gotta love that. Okay. Power of Z Modeler, guys. I freaking love it. And we're just kind of tucking all this in here. And we're going to be merging the jacket part to the collar at some point. So we're just going to bring it as close as we can. And then eventually we'll dynamesh it together. And then that will be a solid jacket piece. But then we'll later get Z remeshed. Because again, we don't need to retopo anything on this side of the world. We are making toys. So that's all we do. We'll leave this come out like that. There we go. Like that. Click this one right here. Then we'll just kind of bring this out like such. So tempting. Must. Lick. All right. I deleted it, right? Yeah, I don't see it anymore. By the way, Ian, I have to look at it again, but try to use the topo brush and mirror and weld. No bueno. Oh, really? Interesting. What were you doing? We could take a look at that too, because that's a really important feature that I really enjoy. So here, real quick. Because there's definitely a good setup that you want to be able to do with it. But, you know, with the Z modeler brush, clearly the first thing you want to do is actually bring in your plane. So I'm going to go ahead and do half. Here's our plane brush. Put this in the middle. So just look at that like that. Turn on double. Yeah, I think I had it overlapping too much. Oh, okay, yeah. What I recommend doing, if you were to do something, so let's like take this guy right here, right? And let's go ahead and we'll split unmasked, and then we'll turn everything else off. But we got these guys right here. So then the very first thing what I recommend doing is actually working in symmetry. Don't mirror and weld. I would just say if you got your plane that you're starting with, the very first thing you would want to do from here is mirror and weld. And so if you mirror and weld right at the beginning with a single plane, we'll go ahead and create that line. And then you could just work symmetrically with your Z modeler. And then you, obviously with the face, you're going to want to turn that to do nothing. And with the edge, you're going to want to do single edge loop, extrude. But then you're going to want to have it as snap to surface. And the same with the points. With the point, you want it to have it to move, snap to surface. So then you can re-topo like this. And now you're working symmetrically. And then you can even turn on transparency if you want. And it'll still snap to the surface as such. So that way you're working symmetrically. But if you ever get stuck, let's see, there are also Twitch tools from Commander Root to remove unfollow bots. Oh, cool. Anyway, let's say you have something like this. Now, let's say we did just work asymmetrically. You know, so let's go ahead and delete these right here. And yeah, what I would recommend doing is like, if you were to do something like this where you dragged it and you went over and then use mirror and weld, it should correct it, but you might get errors. So I would recommend mirror and welding out the gate and then just working symmetrically. That'll also help you troubleshoot on the fly a little bit better. And then that way you're just retopoing really quickly. This is probably the easiest way I've ever retopoed anything within Zbrush. And yeah, it's just all about the setup. Yeah, that would be an alternative. I was using the topo brush. Oh, you're using topo brush, not Z modeler brush. Okay, my bad. Okay, let's go. But this would be the best way to do it. With the topo brush, yeah, let's go topo apology brush. So you were, okay, so I see what you're saying. So you did probably something like this. And then after, now let me ask, did you mirror and weld at this point? Or did you select it? Like, did you tap on it and then hit mirror and weld? How did you do it? Because what I would do here is, if you have symmetry turned on, you don't want them to collide. You don't want this. Because as soon as you accept it, you're going to get collided surfaces. So what I would recommend doing, if you're using the topo brush, is you could turn symmetry on, get your topology, tap it so you have it here. Or actually what I would do is I would go draw size 0, and then when you go size 1, when you tap it, what you're going to get is you'll get a single plane side. You could see it in Discord PM. Okay, let me take a look real quick. If you do scale brush size 1, you'll get a single-sided surface. And then from there... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's say we have that. In fact, let's go ahead and let's just delete this. Let's make that shirt, right? So say you're gonna do a shirt. I would do... Where are we going? Where are we going? Brush size. There we go. What I would do is draw it like this. And then go scale size of your brush by hitting S1, enter. And then from there, you now have split on masked. You now have this. And then I would use the Z modeler brush to then connect the two like I showed you, doing it this way. If you wanted them connected. If you want them partially connected, you can start something like this, creating that V shape, and you can get like a V-neck effect. And then once you have these loops, then come over, do insert, and you can do your supporting edge loops. You can create your zippers and stuff like that really quickly. That's how I would approach it. Now, if you want that kind of fold over, I remove symmetry because of snapping. Okay. If you have issues where you're getting overlapping geometry like that, the other thing that can happen, so let's go to face, go to extrude, all, let's go ahead and do this. So let's say you turn off symmetry and you get this thing. This doesn't always fix it, but it could be a solution. Let's say you're kind of like this, where you're here, and then you're here, and then you hit mirror and weld, and you get this, right? What I would recommend at this point, and it doesn't always work, I'd actually select this right here. Actually select something like, grab this section here, invert it, and then move most of your points over past the middle from screen left to right, and then mirror and weld. And that will combine it, but you see, it just starts getting messy at that point. It's almost best to redraw it, so I would say start it off by making sure that you draw your topology out first, then use the modeler to bring it together. And that should give you a clean result, hopefully. Shirts are a pain in the ass. But hopefully that helps you, buddy. It can get a little complicated for sure, but I think what you got, is actually looking pretty good. It's just a little sloppy, but that's okay. You know, it's usually, you know, you can smooth that out really easily, but I think what you have is really good. It's looking clean already. So, I mean, and what I mean by sloppy is your points are just kind of jaggy. You smooth relax by holding shift and letting go, and it'll just kind of relax it, and then it's going to look clean. But your lines are nice, so everything's looking good. Yeah, so you're on the right track. It's just, yeah, if you want to get that seam going straight down, I would do it this way, because then you can come in and you can actually use the Z modeler brush to, you know, use symmetry, use these points, and you can actually like bring this part out. You know, by hitting extrude, you can actually create that kind of seam effect, either by pushing it out or even pushing it in a little bit. But yeah. And when in doubt too, the other thing I would do, let's say you get really nasty topology, just go ahead and hit turn symmetry off. Use your select lasso, delete the section that you don't want. Go ahead and delete hidden, and then mirror and weld from right to left, and it starts you over almost. So I think that's another good approach you can do. But yeah, you're on the right track, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I think it's coming along. So hopefully all that's helpful, man. And then, of course, too, uncrease everything if it's uncrease everything if you don't like it. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, buddy. But yeah, using I call it I would say using the modeler brush is going to be your best friend. Yeah, I could do that in the back. Absolutely, yeah. I appreciate it. I'll let you know when I get prepping for print. Absolutely, dude. For sure. Yeah. Keep going, man. Keep going, because it's starting to really come together. Okay. We're going to do what we did with the collar. We're going to do exactly the same thing with the jacket portion. So we're just going to take our Z modeler, and we're going to go ahead and start creating those secondary panels, which should follow a lot of what we got going on. This is probably, in my opinion, the most complicated part of this whole sculpt. We're actually going to bring this down a little much. Yeah, I like the appeal of this character too, now that I have it further along. No, absolutely. Peter, absolutely. It's you're getting the feel, from what I can tell based on the concept, you're getting the feel of it coming together really nicely. So yeah, that appeal is king. You got to have that over everything else. You know, you want it to look like the concept, but at the end of the day too, you need the appeal, and you got that. So keep pushing it. See, like, even my edges here are a little sloppy, so if I hold shift, start smoothing and let go of shift, it's just going to relax the topology on the inside, kind of giving me a little bit more uniform of the edge loops without actually polishing, you know, without actually smoothing the geometry, you know, like smooth ruining. Just nice, and it relaxes it. So shift, start smoothing, let go of shift, with it clicked. And that can help you relax all that geometry too. Like that. And just move things along. That's why working with single-sided geometry with the dynamic thickness is really nice, because it just helps us visualize the thickness without actually having to edit it. Reminds me of a hipster from Washington sitting outside of a Starbucks. A damn hipsters! Let's go ahead and hit the Z modeler brush, and then let's do another edge loop. We want this side to be roughly about as thick as this edge here. And then we're just gonna need to apply this right here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to hide this and attach it here. So we don't want to come up all the way around with this jacket just yet, because it's going to get attached to the collar. So we're actually going to blend this loop with that collar once we attach them. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll actually create another supporting loop here. And then let's go ahead and take our move brush and kind of clean this loop up here. This. There we go. These will come in pretty nicely with each other. It doesn't look like there's a... Looks like there's a back panel to this jacket, so we'll make that separately and then attach it afterwards. We don't have to make everything from the same panel. Go ahead and just smooth and relax this for a bit. That about the same. Now let's go ahead and grab our Z modeler brush. I heard Street Raiders! I heard it! I'm gonna take the extrude. We'll do this a couple times like we did before. Nice. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in our supporting edge loops on the sides, which will give us a nice fall off to the edges that we have properly. like that. So then when we go ahead and hit dynamic and turn thickness off for a second, we get this nice little panel happening here. And I did not mean to do that. Go to insert. Let's go ahead and take our move brush now. Kind of just start tucking this underneath so it matches. There we go. Something like that. There you go. Now we're starting to get those nice little panels coming in. You can manipulate. All right. Hair flips. Maybe you guys just didn't get it. Wait, what did I miss? I missed something. Wait, what? When did you change it to Darth Grogu? Poor kid. Yeah, spoilers. Hey, now I resemble that of her. Maybe you guys just didn't get it. Yeah, sorry, I'm busy drinking my hot drip latte. Ooh. I got my cold brew. Pulls out iPhone while sipping my Starbucks and playing Pong on my iWatch after kicking off my chunks. Your chunks. Get it, Peter. Get it, you hipster. Just kidding. You love everybody. All right. Anyway, going back to Next Nox, I didn't see that comment earlier. I was too busy talking. When I changed it to Darth Grogu, when they announced the name of the character, and it's the only spoiler here. Names are whatever. I could call it the child at this point. Thing is, actually, that's the concept name too of this character. They called him Darth Grogu in the thing. So anyway, all right, let's move over to Stream Riders. This is battle time. This is boss battle time. I don't really know how we're gonna do, but I believe in all of you. That was perfect. All right, let's do it. Battle time. Oh no, you want a battle? Let's do it. Well, more insane. Didn't you have it as Darth Yoda earlier, or am I going insane? I think you're going insane a little bit, or maybe it was called Yoda. Actually, it was called Darth Yoda, because I didn't know what the hell we were calling it. All right, guys. Whoop, whoop. We did it. We did it. We did it. All right. Oh, that was quick, fast, and in a hurry. Easy. Hit Catter. You got it. You got yourself a Centurion. For you. Crisis averted. Yes. You can go back and sip your hot latte as well. Continue. All right. Let's do a mystery, because why not? And because it's a mystery level, who gives a crap? We're going to just go ahead and put on a rogue. I'm going to put a rogue right here. Right next to... Oh, I have to put it inside the battle. Okay. That's where I'm going to put it. You can't just put it wherever you want. You got to pay attention to the name of the game. No. You and I... You know I am a cold brew man. Yes, absolutely. You and me both, sir. But if you wanted to sip on a hot latte, you could. See, the option is really what's helping you. Life is full of options. Pick one and don't worry about the rest. All right. Now, getting distracted with life, what I would like to do is, before we put the panels on his others, we'll call it skirt and stuff. It's kind of an underpiece. It's all an underpiece. What we're gonna do real quick is, I'm seeing that there is this on his arm here. There is a specific little circle insignia almost. We're gonna pull this down and reshape this. match his hand a little bit better. And I'm even assuming that it's coming down like this. Go. Kind of lift that up. Here, I think it's important to get the shape of the hands with this as well. Go. To which the other day they were out of cold brew and I was sad. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Java chip is where it's at. Cold brew coffee is so much better. Cold brew coffee is so much better. Glad we all can agree on that. Java chip. I don't think I've actually had that, so I can't speak on that. But I would imagine it's pretty damn good. There's a coffee my old boss used to talk about that was from San Francisco. Blue something, I think it was named. Yeah, it seemed pretty cool, but I never got to try it. Kind of got, you know, pandemicked before then. Nothing beats hot coffee on a cold morning. I don't know. I like cold brew on a cold morning. The barista made my regular cold brew as an Americano with cold foam. Wasn't bad. Nice. That's why I have Death Wish coffee sitting on the counter. Nice. You know what I want to try? Okay. I want to try Laughing Man coffee. Got something in my eye. That's what I want to try. We definitely need to get some of that. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a primitive. I'm going to grab a cylinder. I'm going to kind of drag that out like that. And what I'm going to do is split on masked. And then I'm going to turn off dynamics. We have this thing right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and scale it on down. Turning on local scale symmetry allows you to do that more uniform. So let's just select that. Bring it on down like that. And then like this. Dinar, hello! And Starbucks Espresso is the worst. Therefore, Starbucks can go away. I'm drinking Starbucks! What are you talking about? Alright. Now let's take the Z modeler brush. Nope. Scale that down. From the edge, we're going to go ahead and do a bevel. And complete edge loop, that's fine. I bevel that right there. So see, now it becomes a little bit more round, just like such. Grab that color. Make it a little darker. So paint, fill object with full color. Go. Fine. Beautiful. That. There we go. And we got that little dot on him. You let's see, Iris Sculpts, you order any oak and bond coffee yet? I have not. No. It is on my things to order. You recommended that, and I was like, sounds delicious. Hot cocoa beats hot coffee on a cold morning. Sure about that? Is it a shaken, not stirred hot cocoa? There is a very specific way you better be making your chocolate. But it's easy to get it from Starbucks. What about hot cider? Ooh, hot cider is very good. Now we are getting bougie, and I love it. Trader Joe's coffee beans are actually quite good. They are. I can attest to that too. You lost your right to speak it. Love hot cider as well. I agree with that statement. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and pick this guy right here. Let's turn off dynamic. Actually, let's turn on dynamic. Let's turn off thickness. Now let's turn off dynamic. And what we're going to do is do a nice, big, soft, relaxed geometry. Turn on our edge loops so that we have something to work with. This is obviously nice and low res, which is fine. Go ahead and And clean this up a little bit. Go. Now we're going to create our edge loop panels. Same ways we did before. Z modeler brushes. Everything's very repetitive after a while. Hold solo mode. Put that down right there. Go to insert, edge loop, and we'll do something like that. We want the panels to be relatively the same thickness, consistent. So something like that. Works out really well. Grab these panels here. Over our face, we're going to extrude the polygroup. Tap Alt to make it a different polygroup. That a couple times like that. Grab that point. Our move brush, kind of push that back in there. There we go. Now we want to support these or else it's just going to break. So let's go ahead and take our edge loops. Create a few supporting ones. The important places. That. So we get nice fall off. Try to line that up as much as possible. Bevel cool. Let's come up here. This will be tucked in there, but we'll try to get it like that. That way when we turn on dynamic thickness, we get these really nice panel loops. You get a little bit of breaking right there, so let's go back. Move. Take this insert and let's go ahead and go ahead and slide this. Also too, I didn't do supporting inserts right here, also where it's breaking. Got to make sure we support every side equally. There we go. Breaking right there a little bit. What we could do is we can actually scale that in just a little bit. Get all the Twitch defectors on YouTube. Love to get me some good coffee beans. Absolutely. Why don't you like coffee, Kit Kat? Who here has had army coffee? Isn't that the coffee you get at Ralph's? Yeah, just burn a bunch of coffee and call it a day. What we could do is turn on dynamic. Hey, stop yelling at me. Turn on dynamic. We can actually increase the thickness a little. Definitely getting some breakage here. Fortunately, the edge loops themselves are a little weird, but we can work with that later. We can fix that later. Not worried about it at the moment. All right. Go ahead and take our move brush, and we'll just kind of play this out right. Okay. Actually, what we can do, actually go ahead and start stitching some stuff together. I feel like we definitely need to create one more little panel underneath for this jacket here. We can do, and then we fix that. We'll start stitching the clothing together and fixing some of the edge loop problems that we have. For the most part, I think this is coming together pretty decently. The other thing I noticed too is there's definitely a bit of something like this that happened. Alright, you know what? We'll actually cut that in the back. I got an idea for that. New messages. I was scrolling through. What do we got? Shower beer. Well, there's a place in Chicago called Dark Matter Coffee, and it was so good. Oh, nice. Shower beer. It was good to get you up and ready for PT. Oh, yeah, is that what you enjoyed about it? Peter's just going all in on this coffee. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna mask off this point right here just so I can extend this up a bit. There we go. Just like that. Okay, there is a little bit of like a plane. Let's actually grab a single poly here. I'm gonna drag this out. And based on the concept, it's actually pretty decent size. Grab a plane that's about like that. There we go. And let's just go ahead and do unmasked. We have this. Let's turn off dynamics. Really massive. Scale it back down then. I didn't realize we needed to be that big. Nope. All right. Push this in. Actually take the move. Actually, I'm gonna lasso. I'm gonna lasso this corner right here. We're gonna just use the gizmo. I think will work out pretty well. Just gonna end up drawing our own topology here. Grab that. Right there. Gonna do something like this. This one right here. Bring that back a little bit. That'll work for now. Army mocha and Lucky Strikes for breakfast. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I still haven't tried the shower beer, but I have an amazing shower orange. What? What are we talking about? I have no idea what the shower beer is. What is the shower beer you're all talking about? All right, let's take our Z modeler brush and let's go insert some edge loops. Gonna do our own edge loops like this. Basically supporting our own edge loops at this point. Bud Light is shower beer. Ew, are you serious? You missed a lot. Fair enough. I'll take it. All right. Bud Light's gross. I can tell you that right now. From experience, Bud Light is really gross. All right. What we're going to do is we're just going to select these points here. I don't know. That's... Okay, we're not going to select that one, but we are going to just go ahead and pop this up like that. Not quite sure why this is working the way that is. Go ahead and let's create our supporting edge loops before we actually extrude, because I'm getting some breakage, and I think we're going to go back and do that to the other panel. I don't want to have to fix these. I want them as clean as possible. There we go. There. Do that. There we go. It's right there with Mad Dog 2020. MD isn't that bad. Mad Dog is pretty harsh, man. Well, Bud Light is its own special gross. I don't mind Mad Dog because I've had it before I knew what alcohol was. Like, it ain't the best. That's for sure. But, you know, it's not the worst alcohol. That part's certain. Okay. We're going to extrude this up a little bit. There we go. And let's actually come back here. All right. It's mixed drinking for you. Or a little vodka and you'd be fine. It's all good. Just add a little bit more alcohol to your alcohol. I know for a fact, though, I'm the guy who likes Jägermeister. You know, doesn't bother me at all. Heading to the store. Get it. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we kind of broke this a little bit with some of these supporting edge loops. What we're going to do is we're going to back this all the way up. And we're going to fix these before the extrusion process. It's important to get it right the first time. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going through here, and we're just going to add in our supporting edge loops on all sides, and then we'll extrude out that extra. Just too bad. Too bad it was being weird. That's better. Oh, very funny. I love you, Tammy. I guess there's not too many ways to, but you don't spell it the same, so you can't credit that. Doesn't matter. Spelled incorrectly. Spell it with a Y, or call it a day. All right, now that we went back and we fixed that, we're gonna go ahead and just start doing that process. Oh, there, that's fixed now. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's go ahead and save it, and let's repeat the same thing on the leg panels. Luckily, we didn't get any breakage here. It actually looks all clean. I'm pretty sure, at least. Looks all attached, so that part's fine. So we'll do the same here. We'll back all this up. And we'll create the extruding, the support loops before we extrude. Not for sure it used to work better than that, but apparently not. Okay. Don't need to autosave. Already saved it. There we go. Just like that. Gonna touch and extrude it a few times. There we go. Now it's not breaking. That looks good. A little clean. Extrude it. Let's go a couple more times. Yeah, let's do that. Gonna push that back in there. Awesome. All right, let's do that with this one. Let's turn off thickness. Not dynamic. We gotta assume that the panels in the back are the same as in the front. So create those loops. Let's do our supporting edge loops. There we go. What's your guys' like favorite drink of all time, and then what's your worst favorite drink of all time? Alcohol wise. If you're able to speak on that topic. I know there might be some kids here. Multi edge loops, there we go. You only drink water. No. Not only. Just sometimes. Alright, that's moving. Let's go ahead and hit extrude. Polygroups all again. Do that a couple times like that. There we go. Look at that. Now we can take the move brush. We can kind of push that back in. Just don't drink on live stream. But I do drink water and coffee. Anything. Like for me, I love absinthe. Absinthe is one of my favorite drinks. A lot of people can't stand it because of the licorice taste. But I also love hard cider as well. Angry Orchard is really good. All right. So now we have these panels that we're doing in here, which is nice. Let's actually come here to his... I'm going to push in his pants a little bit. There we go. There we go. And now with his shirt here. Go ahead and turn off dynamic. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's his green. I was like, what is happening right there? His body. What's his body going in there? Get out of there. This is happening. All right, let's take that. Let's bring it down. Beautiful. Talking favorite of all time or just what we drink the most? Favorite. Favorite of all time. If I drank absinthe all the time, I would be dead. Favorite of all time. But it doesn't have to be alcohol too. Like you can pick your favorite. Like you can say your favorite alcohol, and then you can say your favorite non-alcohol drink. Like for me, Martinelli's. Really, really like one of my favorite like holiday drinks. Not a big eggnog person, but Martinelli's cider's really nice. Typically a lot of sugar, but it's already a holiday, so who cares about the sugar content, right? All right. Okay, there might be panels on on this jacket as well. What we can do is we can actually take the Z modeler brush. We can just go ahead and assume that there is. So like, we could just take this coming around. That's not poly. This edge, we're just going to move this down like that. Let's just clean up the edges just a smidget. Let's come on down and clean it. Bigger a monster, but I've drank it too much in my life. Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. I used to like Red Bull and vodka a lot. It's actually not a bad go-to. Okay. Before we do that, let's go ahead and insert our single edge loops, our supporting edge loops. Luckily, this is more just coming across, so we don't need too much. But what we can do, now this part's fun. A couple here. Like that. Actually get a good point going on right there. Beautiful. Yay, that looks good. Now, a lot of this will be hidden, so we don't need to worry about how clean this is. Just need to worry about this right here. A lot of this is going to get merged together as a single body element. Really absolutely no need to waste our time where it doesn't matter. Where it comes in. Grab that right there. Vodka doesn't need Red Bull. Red Bull needs vodka. It is a hug, right? It's a nice little hug. Okay. I think what we can do too, let's take a look at this. Yeah. I think what we can do now is we can go ahead, grab our Z modeler brush. Take this edge right here. Go ahead and slide this edge, because I know where that right there. Go ahead and just delete that right there. Why is that broken now? Interesting. Okay, let's fix this one more time. Okay, let's create another edge loop right here. Let's go to insert. I heard stream raiders. We're going to create a few edge loops here so we can pick which one we actually want to. Go there. Polygroups, extrude, polygroup. A little bit. Perfect. That. And then let's go ahead and actually just claim right about here. We're not going to need these. Yeah, let's go ahead and delete hidden. Those holes. Nope, don't worry about that. That's fine. Let's do this. I'm just kind of fixing everything. That's not really working. There we go. I think that's better. We'll kind of blend that in. Right there, let's push that in. Have that kind of attached, just like that. And fill that color. Okay. So clearly making those mistakes. It happens. Sometimes ZModeler just wants to be funky. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. And then, you know what I think we're going to do before we go too much further with his clothes? Let's build his Darksaber. Yeah, let's build his Darksaber next. So that way he's at least holding it in his hand. And then from there, his feet need to be fixed a little bit. But so we got about another hour. We can get some stuff done. Today was just a funky stream, so thanks for bearing with me, guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and start battle. Bloop. Nobody do anything. 2 enemies. That's all we got. 1 enemy. Somebody died. No, don't die. 0 enemies. Yay! Alright, 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 alright. And the winner is Salinas. Good job. You got it. Alright, let's go to number 2. Start battle. And guys, had like 6 cups of coffee today. So I'm going to be right back. So give me 2 seconds. Bloop. Let's do it. Alright, alright, alright. Let's continue, Darth Grogu. Alright, real quick, I want to fix his feet a little bit because they're kind of ugly. And then let's build his saber. At least block it out. But let's take the clay buildup and the clay move brush. And we're going to just kind of like start working on getting his feet done. I'm gonna get his feet diddity-doo. Let's take the... Oh, let's take that standard brush. Now, also too, what's kind of neat is his toes are a little more interesting, so we can reshape these. Also, he has a big middle toe, and then he has kind of a oh, what the heck? Okay, there you go. Turn on symmetries. There we go. Definitely going to want to work with some of his shapes better. That. I'll say some of the lurkers have interesting names. Oh, I bet. Everybody's so creative with their names. I love how creative people's names can be. I just feel bad when I ruin it with opening my mouth. Like, welcome in, blah, 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 blah. I can't say your name. I just love creativity that a lot of people bring. There we go. There we go. Something like that's gonna look kind of cool. I don't mind the toes looking a little different either. One side to the next. There we go. Now we can even start building up the underside of his toe a little bit. Such. Yeah, there we go. Where's Keenar when you need him? I don't know where Keenar went. Probably working. Keenar, come back! Oh yeah, I'm lurking. Yay, Keenar! Lurk away, lurk away. Look how ugly these feet are. Love it. Love how ugly. Lurking and working. Nobody is as sassy as they are when you get their names wrong. I just feel bad. Look, English is my only language, and it's not really good. Okay, so we're getting a lot of tearing with these feet, and I also don't really like the nails much. So we're gonna actually kind of do like a do-over. We're gonna delete hidden on some of those. Take this, and we're gonna kind of rework these feet a little bit. And I'm also going to get out of Z. I'm going to delete lower, and we're just going to go ahead and dynamesh it. That's 17,000, so it's not very big. So we'll go to dynamesh master, and we'll go 0.2 to give us some resolution, which is about 200,000. Whose name was wrong? Oh, he's just giving me a hard time about something that hasn't happened yet today. All right, we're going to go ahead, delete hidden, close holes. Go back, close holes. There we go. Move that down. None yet, but just how he says the names wrong all the time. Death is bored. Death was hoping you'd come and join him in the fun. All right. We just be sculpting away. Go. There is that. We're just playing with his toenail. This is true. Yeah. At least he can admit it. All right. I kind of don't like. I don't like how this is coming out. So we're gonna do something a little bit more interesting. We're gonna go ahead and gonna clip off this one here. Delete hidden. Turn off symmetry. We're gonna send that home. I'm gonna bring that down. I'm gonna do the same with his feet. Sometimes you just don't like what you get. So turn off symmetry, delete hidden, then the gizmo back on. Go ahead and send it home. Bring it down. We're gonna make his foot relatively symmetrical. And then we'll break it afterwards. Just right now, it's kind of all over the place. Then we're going to go mirror and weld so that we get a more symmetrical foot. And then we'll break symmetry after the fact. Go ahead and fill object. Now with this nail, we'll do the same thing. We're going to go mirror and weld. There we go. Go clip curve. I'm going to kind of clip this. Sometimes when you're struggling, just try something a little bit different. It becomes a little bit easier and manageable. There we go. I'd like to alt select that one at some point today. There we go. Very cool. All right, so let's take our clay buildup one more time. Turn on symmetry. Now we can actually get that toe built a little bit more proper. We didn't lose all that work we did on the other side. We just, now we get to kind of clean it up a little bit. I love how clean the armor panels are. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the beauty parts about ZModeler. Just really love to get in there, get it nice and clean. Yeah, it's really great. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. What are you working on, Keenar? What new project do you have now? All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and lasso his side toes. And we're gonna drag that out. About like that. There we go. Grab the move brush and kind of create like a little shape here. And then we're gonna go ahead and just start creating just a little hole. We're going to take this, we're going to duplicate it, turn off symmetry. And now we're going to go ahead and kind of reposition this, scale it down like that. At the moment, I'm building a set at work. It's a castle. Nice. I love castles. If it was a Castlevania castle, you'd watch me lose my ever-loving mind right now. What castle are you building? Alright, so got this little area here. Come back here for a second. Let's go ahead and grab this. We're actually going to pivot this end just a little bit and kind of more down. And then kind of scale it like that. Perfect. Now let's grab this guy and then bring it in a little bit more to the likeness. Mirror and weld. Symmetry's turned on, and now we can manipulate. It's not, unfortunately. No! Well, that doesn't mean that you can't eventually build one. Maybe your next sculpt will be both castles from Symphony of the Night. Oh, that game so much. Oh, that would be so epic. I've only recently feel like I'm good enough to tackle some of my favorite adaptations, Castlevania. But I've been promising hard surface, so before we do anything else like that, we're going to be doing some hard surface as well. Been requested, and people seem to be very interested in that. So we will have to do that as well. But look at these feet! Look at this foot! Look at this. Probably just as intricate. I'm a little scared. Yeah. Anytime I do, so like when I took this project on, I'll be honest, I was scared of this project. And I've sculpted a Yoda style figure before, but it's all the panel work and stuff. Castle, man, that's some environment right there for sure. All right, we're gonna create like where the bones would be, and then we're gonna soften those up. It's very important to add in those details for each of these pieces. Let's do the /3 brush to kind of give that definition a little bit. And let's go back with the clay buildup, and then we'll soften it down. Shut your mouth. Oh, that's just because you guys are so supportive. There we go. It doesn't mean I'm not nervous. You know, Goku is nervous every time he enters a battle. Saying. Alright. Now we have this. What we're going to do is we're going to... We have our foot. Now we have our nails. We're going to go ahead and merge down on the nails. Good. Then we have all these together. We're going to go ahead and auto groups. Oops, I hit mirror and weld. Let's go auto groups. Come on down to the feet. And let's merge the feet together like this. And then we're just going to go auto groups one more time. Very nice. Turn off symmetry. Now we're going to move this over like such. There we go. Now we're going to mirror and weld. Now we have this. Beat up Goku as well. So aggressive. I love it. All right. Now we got this. So those are our better feet. Awesome. Go ahead and select these guys here. Now we're just going to go ahead and slightly shape as needed. By the way, I love sculpting weird monster feet like this. Go ahead and /3. And now we're going to kind of cut his toes, because they are separate, like such. So we kind of want to make sure that we give them the appearance of separation. Cut that down like that. And we'll come on up. Beautiful. Go ahead and grab this. Take our move brush. Symmetry. Hello, come on down. Turn on local sim, scale it up, widen it out, and then push it in. Go. And then scale it up. Go. There we go. I think that's better. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go ahead and save it. And then let's go ahead and start making his saber. Now, his saber is really interesting. Can't wait to paint Vegeta, though. Yes, Darth is violent today. No. This is his normal self. He's been tame this whole time. Okay. So let's take a close look at the saber that he's holding. And let's really blow it up. So we kind of mapped it out before. It looks like it's just kind of a bunch of cylinder work that has certain cuts and angles. So we want to use this as much of a guideline as possible. Looks like some edge work here. I'm very intrigued by this section right there. Okay. Now I'm going to look up some... Now I've looked up some examples of kind of how other people have done dark sabers. But this design is so different than this design. So we're going to try to stick with this one as much as possible. But there's not a lot of information. Just a little bit. So we're going to kind of have to make it up a little bit on the fly. But cuts like this, we'll probably use live boolean to get that cut that's nice and clean. Yeah, we'll kind of figure it out as we go. There'll be a little bit of trial and error, but pretty much a cylinder at this point. I mean, it's not a cylinder, a rectangle. So let's do that. Passive aggressive. You're a funny dude today, man. You're a funny dude. All right. So let's go ahead and save this off. Let's go to play. Kind of put him here in the corner. Okay, now let's just do this. Kind of just put him like right there above me. So far above me. You guys can kind of get an idea. And then we're going to go ahead and go like that. When you switch, it kind of stamps it there. Now let's go to switch. There we go. Go to, let's just get a simple, we're going to do pure Z modeling brush. So let's go to 3D cube. Drag that out. And then let's make polymesh 3D. Hide the concept. Let's not hide the concept. Yeah, let's hide it. I kind of need the real estate. All right, there we go. We got this. And then what I like to do is I like to initiate Q cube. Start from the beginning. So I like to take all this down to 1. Then Q cube gives us this. Then I'll work on the same polygroup. So we'll go Control W. Now we take the Z modeler brush. Right in the beginning, we'll hold an edge, insert multi-mesh, touch it once. It's going to give us symmetry right out the gate. But we won't. Now we're going to go ahead and scale this in. Now let's pay attention. Looks. Actually, what we can do too, you kind of get the sense of what that looks like against him. We'll try to keep this as simple as possible so then we can manipulate it if it needs to be a little bit different. Also, put that just like that. Facing the right way, so the front be right there. Bigger, nice. All right. What can we do? What can we do? Let's see. What we can do is let's go to bevel. Gonna kind of, no, we're not gonna go to bevel. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna select that corner. We're actually going to, okay. All right. Let's go to insert, dots, multiple, go single. We're going to create an edge loop right here. This kind of gets tapered back a little bit, it seems. Let's do something like that. Let's grab this loop. Kind of the shape that we're looking for right there. And it gets pulled back like that. And looks like there's an insert loop that goes something like that. Perfect. Let's hover over one. Let's go slide, edge, and make that more the same. We select this right here. Add a little closer. All right, something like that should work. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Come to the back side here. All right, let's grab an edge loop, insert. Insert this. Kind of gets out a little bit. That. All right. Okay. Let's come here. Go to insert multi-edge loop. So, trying to do the edge loop trick, let's come on this side, and then let's mirror and weld. Go. Gives us that center line we want. Symmetry on. Let's grab this. Perfect. Touch right there, touch right there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead to extrude. Kind of scale that up a little. Working. Go up a little that. Go. Select here, back. Kind of gets fanned out a little bit, so let's turn off symmetry and let's just scale that up. Bring that down a little bit. Now let's hit extrude, poly all. Create a different one. Let's do this just a couple times. Like that. Yeah. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and I'm gonna extrude this part out. Interesting. There we go. Oh yeah. That's already starting to give us what we need. Nice. And we're going to go ahead and grab these edges here. I'm going to pull that forward a bit. This back section, we go ahead and hit bevel. Actually, no, we're going to go ahead and hit slide, sorry. Complete edge loop. I'm going to kind of slide this out. And then on this side, we're going to do bevel. Bevel that down. So when we go symmetry, it kind of tapers off a little bit. Kind of hard to tell exactly what that does, but I think that actually is looking pretty decent. We can utilize that to our advantage. That's already looking pretty nice. But we get too much soft edge happening here, so we can fix that. versus that we'll actually just extrude it a second time. Slide this back. There we go. That's better. This part, let's actually push this part in. That a little bit, and then we'll go really far. Press Alt a few times, get a different polygroup. There we go. There we go. So now we get this nice little crease happening. And let's do the same on the other side. Actually come here on this part. We're going to take this polyface. Let's go to polygroup. Give it a different polygroup. From here, we're going to go to inset, all polygroup. And I do something more like this. We'll do a supporting group, and then we'll go in the back. From here, extrude. I'm in a couple times. There, and that gives us that back edge. So like what we have here, we now have that back here, which is good. I think that's a decent start to it. Can't really tell what that is. We could put some panel work there. Let's go ahead and just for now, let's save this. Go save as. Call this. Let's do this. The subtools. Do an insert. I just like to insert like a cube or something. Up. Go hide this. Call this dark saber handle. Save as. We'll call this Darth, Grogu, saber. Looks like a Pez. Kind of, yeah, it does look like a Pez. Very similar shapes, yeah. Also just like how it's a little bit bigger in the back and on the front. But, you know, actually, real quick, let's up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Actually, that's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a very interesting shape. All right. Let's go to Stream Riddles. It is ready, guys. And then we'll do one more, and then that'll be it for the day. So hopefully we'll get more towards finishing the saber. I think we can finish this saber, no problem. And then that way, we're just that much closer to finishing and getting ready for posing. Then all the detail work will have to happen afterwards. So let's do it. Stream Raiders. Wrong one. There we go. Let's do it. Oro the villain is here too. Runestone art. Shifty sauce. Oh, I can say these names. They're all good. Right, all right, all right. Get it, guys. Get it, get it, get it. One more enemy. Get him. Beat him to death. Comes TWC blank to like smack the crap out of him. Oh, TWC died. I died. No. There it is, guys. There it is. We did it. Right. All right, all right, all right. Right, Naughty Mind. Get those coins. All right, we got time for one more today. I know today was a really weird stream session that happened, but we'll be back tomorrow. No worries. All right. Let's go to this number 3 right here. Silver chest. And let's go ahead and just drop a paladin anywhere. Perfect. All right, back to our main scene as we make the saber portion of our Grogu character. Now, what I'm thinking is, this is the handle part. I'm not going to get into details right now, just yet. We want to block in. We want to end up blocking in a lot of other stuff. So, go ahead and go to Insert. Go to our Q cube. Our 3D cube, I mean. And initialize. And we'll go to QQ. There it is. Now we'll scale that down. Let's actually push it kind of more on solo mode. Here in weld. Home. Nice. All right, this is the front of it. Now we're going to squish this in. This part looks like it's really just attached to it. Such. Go. Push that back there like that. Let's add an insert loop. We're actually going to mask that section. We're just going to move it forward so that it's embedded. That. Now let's take this. Bring this forward. So this part's pretty cool. We'll end up creating a shape and then we'll do a... we'll actually cut it with live boolean. It's the only way I'm thinking it's going to work at this point. Okay. Now let's create a loop right here. Yeah, that's fine. Grab this, the mask, and we can actually straighten that out like that. We're looking for the button at this point. So what we're going to do is this in here like that. This one here, and we'll grab these. We're actually going to come up like this. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Another edge loop, and we're actually going to grab these right here. I'm going to bring that up. So then when we hit dynamic, give us that kind of lift. Kind of angle that. That's where the button will be. And then we have this kind of nice little fall off that naturally occurs. That'll be good. Kind of looks like a hand. This. Bring this out. That'll be the rest of the panel work there. Here, let's create an edge loop. Create a supporting edge loop here. Controls the fall off. We'll create another one here. Let's actually mask this. Start straightening this out. Why I like Z modeling in Zbrush. You can just mask a point, and you can control that point. Oh, we can have a couple of these right here. Something like that, which is nice. Go ahead and take these. Whoops. Go ahead and extrude it out. So it kind of gives us this edge work right here. So perfectly. Let's go ahead and, or we extrude because we know what to do. Gonna go ahead and create our supporting edge right there. And then we're actually gonna make this kind of pointed a little bit. We're gonna mask these points off, bring these up so it kind of comes in like that. Do the same for this one down here. Down a little bit. Leave that one there. Let's go there. Save? Yes, I will save in just a moment. There, now we have that. Let's go ahead and touch that. That out. We'll actually do that a couple times. And then when we do this, get this nice little edge work right there. Boop. Yeah, that's perfect. And we can go mirror and weld. I did not have symmetry turned on. Now we'll save it. Beautiful. Now to make that cut, that little sweeping cut that we have going on there, that is oh so deliciously beautiful. Also, too, what we want to do is we want to create an edge loop. Do want to create an edge loop like here because this kind of tapers. And mask this section there. We're going to bring this in like that. It does taper in, which is cool. I like that a lot. Okay. Create a few supporting edge loops on the sides. Got that one there, which is nice. All right, wonderful. Oh, local sim, here and weld. There we go. That works out great. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and here we're gonna create a new for this one. Awesome Sculptio, looking really good. Thank you so much, Alex. Welcome in, buddy. We are building the saber at the moment for our Darth Grogu. Kind of just like getting ready to make the main shape itself. The blade hilt. How are you doing today? All right. Got this. So what we're going to do, we're going to use blah, 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 live boolean. So let's go ahead and go insert. We're just going to use a cylinder for this. I think this will be the best thing. Come here. We're going to scale this down. We'll manipulate this the way we want it. I'm looking at my reference. We're going to mask lasso. Point right here. Kind of bring this up a little bit. Do a fall off. That'd be cool. Bring it down. Scale it down a little bit. You know, actually, that may not be the best solution. Let's see. If we go here, see what we get. Yeah, it's not the best solution. Even if we subdivide that down a little bit, it's going to be a little bit weird. I don't like that. All good, thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Oh, you know, the other thing I just realized, too, now that I see this hole, I see we have a big problem. When I say big, it's not at the end of the... I'm going to go ahead and actually take this. We're going to mask this. This is too low. Right? So we're just going to lift that up. That easy. Mask that section, lift it up, call it a day. Okay. I think what we're going to do is actually kind of draw that shape out. So let's take a new cube, 3D cube. We're going to go ahead and cheat this real quick. We're just going to go to Z plugin. Just going to dynamesh this at 1,000,000. Sometimes this is just easier for me. And then all we're going to do is we're actually just going to kind of make our shape. Something like that. We can spend time and clean this up. Hoping after this, guys, I'll be able to download new Zbrush. Because there's a lot of cool features in there I'm really excited about. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make this our own polygroup at this point. And those edges are going to be really jaggy. So we're going to go to deformation and we're going to go to polish by groups. We'll really clean that up, give us a nice, solid, clean edge. And then we're going to go ahead and tap that. So we have this. I'm going to delete hidden. I'm going to close holes. Maybe not do that. Delete hidden, that's for sure. Turn on double. Actually, you know what we're going to do? While I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's do that. Grab this, delete hidden, put on double. And what we're going to do is actually Z-remesh this as is. So let's turn on symmetry. Let's go to geometry, Z-remesher. Let's say 5, not adapt. See what we get. I want to try to keep this a single plane as possible. Then I can just go ahead and take that. That's fine. Go ahead and use our regular mask. Our regular lasso. We're going to clip these edges right there. Get that right there. Let's use the select lasso. Let's just get rid of that. We'll go ahead and delete hidden. Now we're going to take the curve bridge brush. So you remesh in half. Do that a couple times, get some cleaner edges. So we have this. Take this side. All good, thanks. Yeah. All right. Actually, that's not going to work that way. So let's take our Z modeler brush. We're actually just going to go ahead and extrude this way into each other. So it's like that. And then we'll just go ahead and mirror and weld. We'll actually weld that together, no problem. Get rid of that edge. Now we have this shape. Works out really well. Create some edge loops. We have a custom shape that we can work with. Now we can scale this down. Bring this in. Flatten it down. Do what we need to do with it. Scale it more like this. Move brush. Actually, let's take a remove. Let's actually take our move infinite depth so that we move everything the same. Soften that up. We don't have to worry about just going to move everything together. We don't have to worry about deforming it, making it worse. Flip that. Let's just start moving this up and around however we need it, giving us that kind of custom feel that we want. We're going to go to geometry, we're going to go to crease, and we're going to crease our polygroups. So that's all one nice thing. And then let's go ahead and Z-remesh one more time. So geometry, Z-remesh. We'll leave it the same. Give us something a little bit more cleaner. Now, let's go ahead and take that. Live Boolean is turned on. And let's go ahead and cut against our model. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Want to be difficult like that? Easy peasy. Let's just dynamesh it real quick. I'll close any of those imperfection holes, and now we got this. There we go. That's going to work. We get this kind of effect happening. And I like that. That's not too bad. I'll have some cleanup to do, but that is okay. So we can go ahead and Boolean visible, or make Boolean mesh. Give us a new shape. Gives us this whole shape right here. And let's go ahead and just groups. But that made the whole thing. So let's actually go back. Hide this one. Now let's do it one more time. There we go. Now we have this piece right here, which is perfect. We like it. It's wonderful. Go ahead and copy it. Come back to main model, which is right here. Just hide these real quick. Turn off live boolean. If this one, let's go ahead and paste. We have this shape right there. Now from here, we can actually demodel this. Let's go really, really low. Let's try 1. Keep groups. Keep creases. Detect edges. Z remodel it. Make it look a little bit better. Hopefully. So we got about 18 minutes before the stream will be over for the day, but we'll be back tomorrow. I really like how this Darth Grogu is coming out. I can't wait to actually try to print him. This is a pretty complicated shape, so it's going to take ZBrush a little bit. I didn't do great, but I didn't do too bad. Okay, so maybe 1's a little low. Let's try 5. Try it again. Ooh, you know what? Let me escape that real quick. I don't think I have any creases on this. So let's go to crease, and then we'll go ahead and crease our polygroups. In fact, go one step further. Let's go to polygroups, and we're going to go to groups by normal. Give us this, and then we're going to go ahead, go up to geometry, crease, crease polygroups. So crease a lot more than just what we had originally. And turn off adapt. Hey, what's going on? What, Ian? Oh, I was talking about creasing, not creases. Or just talking my process out as I'm trying to get this going. Which, too bad. Not great. I'm not in love with it. Need a cleaner result. So let's go a little higher. We got about 15 minutes left. 17 minutes left before the stream is over, and then we'll come back tomorrow as well. How is it on YouTube? Is it looking a lot better? Really getting some gross... Getting some grossies. You know what I want to do? Here's what I want to do. Let's actually duplicate this. And this is usually a go-to of mine. I'm going to go ahead and actually dynamesh this. So we're going to actually up the subdivision level. And then we're going to go ahead and dynamesh it at 1,000,000. And then we can organically come in and actually start fixing a lot of the issues I have with it. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll actually take the H polish brush, clean up some of this stuff here. Did they announce, Chris, when they were going to release the new Zbrush? All right. Let's take our trim dynamic. Let's kind of... do that. Let's do clip curve. Like that. There we go. Nice. And let's go ahead and hide this one right here, and this is the shape that we have. Just picked up small space mouse. Nice. Tomorrow 11 my time, you think. Damn it, tomorrow? Why not tonight? What are they doing? Why are you teasing? They said it would be today. Come on! Ah, killing me, Smalls. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah, that Space Mouse looks pretty cool, man. Uh, one day I'll grab one. It looks neat. I don't know. They like that tomorrow thing now. Yeah, exactly. But they said today. False advertisement. They're like, you're happy it's free. Free update for you, buddy. Shut up. All right, so let's go back and look at our concept. Nice, nice. Okay. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take another cube and let's work with Q cube. Let's go to initialize Q cube. Then let's go ahead and just hit mirror and weld. Puts that center line down there. Boop. You got the cheap one. Thick skin. Yeah, I know. The one they had was $400. Jeez. No, thick skin looks really awesome. I'm really, yeah. Thick skin is amazing. Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, let's go here. Okay. What to do is we're gonna put this right in there. Come up like this. Going to select here. Up. Now this kind of scales up this way a little bit. And a little bit out like, I think. Ooh, that's looking funky. Okay. Yeah, I'm really excited for what they're doing. I mean, I think we all are at this point. Actually add an edge right here. This part layers out like that. At least it looks like it. Then we'll pick these here. Come here. It looks like it actually comes in a little bit. That. All right. Yeah, thick skin is going to be amazing. I think we're all going to use it, and that's going to be the end of the day for that. Okay. There we go. There we go. I think something like that's going to be pretty cool. Let's go in the middle. Kind of flare it out a little bit. Go. I really like the features that they showed with whatchamacallit, with the Z modeler brush. Definitely a lot going on there. Grab that. Actually follow the shape of that. Grab here, like this. That should be good. There we go. Yeah, I think that works out. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and let's grab a button. So let's grab... What do I want to grab? Actually, you know what I want to do? Go ahead and grab this guy right here, which is Dynameshed for now. Go ahead and grab one of these primitive... And this is just button. Just this guy right here. So we're going to grab this, turn this around. That. Go ahead and split unmasked. Literally this. Literally, that's the button. There's nothing more we need to do to that right now. We can make it soft. You know, but we don't really need to do anything else with it. Go ahead and rename this button. We'll call this hilt, maybe? I don't know. Handle. Then we'll call this back hilts. At least that way they're consistent, even if it's wrong naming. And the curve helper is nice. Yeah. Oh, did you know that alt trick with the snake hook? I did. I use it all the time. Yeah. That's actually, we did it earlier today with Grogu's eye. We used the alt snake hook trick. And it helped keep it to the contour of it. Basically, there's a function for alt and shift in all brushes. So, when you grab a brush, press alt or click and let go of shift, and you'll find some really cool features. All right. Go ahead and get like a metallic blue going on here. Like that. Yeah, there we go. What we're going to do is we're actually just going to fill this with metallic color. Or metallic material, I mean. Let's actually do silver, because I think that's going to look cool. We're just going to fill... Yeah, let's fill everything. Fill object. Object. There we go. At least this way we have it. Now we're going to add our details and stuff in later. I think I want to hand carve all that. We'll see. At least we got the base shape, and then this one right here is actually red, so let's make a red button. Color red. That. Then we'll add all of our panels and trim colors and stuff later. Wonder if it would be worth doing hair with the curve helper. Probably, yeah. There's a lot of functionality that they're talking about. Okay. What we need to do before we finish anything else is size this right. So let's go ahead. Grab this guy here. Let's Z remesh this so that it's at least something decent that we can operate with. And before we'll bring that in with Grogu. So let's go to geometry. I'm going to keep all of our creases. Go to Z modeler. Keep groups, detect edges, and adapt. This might take a second. This will be it. We at least have a block out for our character, and then we'll bring this in real quick just so that we have an idea of scaling. Then that's it. That's what we'll do right now. That will be it for the day, guys. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me during the early morning stuff. But tomorrow is going to be awesome. Oh, look at that. That's not too shabby. It's not terrible. Not good either, so we'll just back it up. That's just totally fine. Go ahead and apply our subdivision levels. Oh, calm yourself. Yeah, go calm yourself /3. We're just grabbing this one. Apply our subdivision levels. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to merge visible. Grab this guy. We're going to go ahead and copy. Come up to our Grogu now. Go shift here. Go all the way down here. Let's paste our blade. So we want to scale this up. Such. Squeeze that down. There we go. We at least get a decent idea of the size. Not too terrible, actually. There we go. Perfect. Just a little bit like that. That is almost right. A little long, so we could scale that down just a bit. Such. There we go. And also, I think it's a little tall, so let's set up. Beautiful. All right. This is where we are at today. Didn't get as far as I wanted to. That is okay. That will be it for the day, guys. Let's go ahead and save this. Thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. But here we are, Darth Grogu, a work in progress. It is happening. So we're going to call this Grogu 5. 45, 5. Perfect. Let's go back to our handle here and let's save this so we always have something to fall back on. Yeah, this is where we're at today. Not too shabby, guys. All right. Thanks for the stream, Ian. No problem. All right, let's do Stream Raiders one more time, and then we'll call it for the day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's do it. Let's do it. See ya, Chris. Stream Raiders! Isn't he cute, Keanar? We'll show him off one more time before I close it down. Hell yeah, looking dope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that. We're just murdering these enemies left and right. Do it. Let's do it. 3 more enemies. Taking forever, but we got it. 2 more enemies. Long walk. Get it. Yeah, punch him. Punch him. Woohoo! We did it, guys. As always. Hell yeah. Alright, open chest. And Rule Vanguard and the Rohan. There you guys go. Got your stuff. Nice. Alright, we'll do Stream Raiders tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. Here is where we are. The day 2 officially blocked out. Now we got to start detailing, posing, getting it all looking good, getting it ready for 3D print, all that fun stuff. So come back tomorrow. I'll see you then. You guys take it easy. I'll let you guys know when Vita makes a ArtStation appearance. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye, 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 bye.